up, peeps? Mwahaha coming at you with some Skyforce Reloaded, and I got some requests on the last video showing the update to go over all the cards, and so we're going to do a card video and kind of talk a little bit about some of the changes with the cards. Before I do that, I want to go in here real quick, check what I got for my gift, collect this, what's it going to be. So this has changed. This is something that's new out of the new update. Instead of just getting one box, you get to pick one of three. I don't know about you guys, I always pick the one top center for some reason. Max Fire Rate, that's my favorite temporary card. And maybe we'll have a second to go into using it on stage. We'll try to go for stage 12 here in a second. But the main reason I want to do this video is I want to go over the cards and kind of talk about what they do. So we're going to go into the card library. I've got all of them so far. I've got all of them. And you can see the one that's activated down there on the bottom is the Max Fire Rate. But let's start top left, card numero uno. And let's see, I'm touching, there we go. Larger Hangar. And what this basically does is it increases your storage capacity for your aircraft to 3. So if you're back here on the main screen, right there you can see 23 out of 23. 3 of those is because I got the card. The other, I mean, I also bought the upgrade to get more aircraft, which I highly recommend doing. If you want to spend a little bit of money on here, you can do Planes Generator down there at the bottom. It generates planes faster. But anyway, that card gives you 3 additional planes. Let's look at the next one. With the 4-leaf clover on it. Card drop rate increase, kind of self-explanatory. Increases your chance of finding a card in one of the missions. Let's go back here and turn this guy over since we had it over. Let's look at this one. Lucky Shield. Basically, this guy activates. You got a 20% chance that he's going to activate when you get when somebody shoots you, when you get hit by something, and it would be a kill shot. So if it's just a hit that would do damage, it's not going to activate. It only activates if it's a kill shot. So it's great if you're playing Limp Berserker and you want to get that untouched medal, because there's a 20% chance that you may make it through even if you get hit. And alright, going on to the next one. Let's see, reduced plane production time. So this just means that instead of like, I don't remember what the base time was. I think it was like maybe 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes you get an a new airplane made. And I think this reduces it down to like 3 or something. It doesn't say the exact times on here, but it just makes it so that you can play more often, so that the planes are produced more often, so that you can keep going. 5 and 7, we're going to go over here to 7, or no, 6, my bad. 5 and 6 are both support drones, and if you've watched me play, if you guys are on lower levels, you may not have support drones, but basically you find these cards, and they're going to put a support drone on either side of you. They're just a single straight shot kind of drone that sits on the side of your aircraft. A reduced upgrade installation time, so when you go to upgrade something in the shop, it's a lot faster getting that upgrade done. Which is great if you don't want to gem out those, or if you don't want to, if you don't want to rush those upgrades, if you don't want to pay for the rush on those upgrades. Faster human rescuing, so when you hover over the humans to pick them up out of the stages, this basically picks them up faster, which is really beneficial if you haven't gotten all of the rescue human ones yet. Alright, main weapon supercharge. This one's tricky, so I actually play using the pencil on an iPad Pro because I can keep my hand out of the way and I can see better. I like the maneuverability that way better. So I don't hardly ever use main weapon supercharge because you got to put 2 fingers on the screen at the same time. And when you do, your aircraft can't move. You lock in on navigation, but it charges up your weapon. And then when you release it, all of the bullets that you've saved up, or all of the lasers that you've saved up and all that, come out at the same time, creating one massively strong shot. So if you time it well and you're going up against somebody that's really strong, or a section that you're having a difficult time getting through, it'll clear it out really fast, which can be beneficial, but it's huge risk. Like I said, you can't move when you use it, and if you charge for too long, then you will explode. So be careful using it, but that's what that one does. Initial fire rate up, so basically this increases your starting fire rate. It does not, it stacks with all of the weapon upgrades that you get during the stage. Sabotage disarming field on stage 5. So, you know, when you go into stage 5, they've got that big disarming field that once you fly through it, none of your weapons work. Well, this card actually disables that. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get disabled on that round. Actually, what happens is you get a little ghostly little thing that follows you around, and it's like this EMP shocking ghost that disables your aircraft's firepower and everything. So you can dodge it, and it's possible to beat the level without ever getting touched by that thing. It's hard. I've done it, but it's not easy. But yeah, anyway, that's what that does. And increased ship part drop rate. Increased ship part drop rate. Oh, okay, so this is the parts that help you build new planes. Just like the other one a little while back increases the rate of dropped cards, this one increases the rate of dropped aircraft pieces. And we actually do have all of the aircraft now. I think I'll do the next video on that. Increased missile damage, kind of self-explanatory. For the missiles that you fire off of your wingtips, it increases the damage on that. Activate laser dispensers. So you see those little dispensers sitting on the ground on some of the matches, and if you don't have any of the activates, because there's one for activate laser, there's one for activate mega bomb dispenser. I'll let you read that real quick. And there's one for activate shield dispenser. And basically what that does is it turns those little gray platforms into a dispenser. You hover over them just like you do when you pick up people, and eventually it unlocks, it releases one of these upgrades for your, one of these special weapons, whatever you want to call it, for your aircraft. You do have to hover over it longer than you would for picking up people, so you got to kind of plan that out a little bit, but that's what that one does. Longer rescue rope lets you sit a little bit further out away from the humans that you're trying to pick up so that you can collect them without having to be right like on top of them. Coupon, upgrade prices reduced by 10%, kind of self-explanatory, so the upgrades that you get on your aircraft are reduced in cost by 10%. Health regeneration, so if you take damage on your stage while you're flying around, you slowly accumulate your health back up. You can get back up to 100%, but if you took damage and your health regenerates this way, it's still, even if you end with 100%, you're still not getting the untouched bonus, so don't think you can get away with it that easy. Energy shield to begin with, and so we've got 3 to begin with cards. The energy shield is the first one, the laser to begin with is the second one, and the mega bomb to begin with is the third one. And basically what this does is it puts one in your inventory when you start out the match. Very useful, because I know that a lot of you guys, you got to balance out how many stars you get, how much you can spend stars and all that stuff. You don't really want to spend stars on expendable items like mega bombs, lasers, and shields if you don't have to. Increased plane's speed, kind of self-explanatory. It makes your aircraft faster. There you go. That's an easy one. Alright, this one was cool. This was the last one that I got. Score bonus, new weapon for the classic. So, this being the last card, you get a 10% score bonus on top of your stuff. So, a couple of you guys have asked, how do I get my score higher? This is one way you get it. You get this card, and it increases your overall score by 10% instead of the normal little 1, 2, 3, 4%, whatever that you get. Just by completing the level. On top of that, it takes the classic ship, which is your red ship, the one that you begin with, and it puts a laser whip out in front of it. Now, I've used it. It's neat in concept. It looks wicked cool, but it's really not too practical. The laser beam stops on the first target. It doesn't penetrate and go and work its way through. And in order to really get value out of it, you have to move around a lot to whip the aircraft around, to whip the laser around. Otherwise, you're just shooting on one target and you're going to get roasted. Card drop rate increased. This self-explanatory, increases the amount of cards. We borrowed the Joker card from the casino. But there you go. If you pair that up with the Ace of Spades aircraft, which is a black aircraft, then you have a much higher chance of getting cards. The difficulty there is you got to balance that out because you're going to want to use that aircraft on a lower difficulty usually because you don't want to get shot. It's just as weak as Limp Berserker, one shot and it's dead. So playing with that Ace of Spades is risky. Increased magnet power. Oh, these are the temporal cards. So these ones only last for a certain amount of time. So increased drop rate, increased magnet power for a short amount of time, 15 minutes. You get increased magnet power. Very useful if you're trying to get all the stars on a level. Maximum fire rate increases the fire rate to the max, so you don't have to worry about getting weapon upgrades in the match. Instant plane production, I don't even get that one anymore because my plane's maxed out, but this gives you the ability to instant finish an upgrade with very little cost, like maybe 3 stars or 5 stars or something like that. Instant upgrade installation, actually that's what that one does. The other one was plane production. So remember how I was talking about I've got 23 planes, and if you want to, once you use a plane, instant plane production brings that plane right back. Instant upgrade is where you actually can take off the time of your upgrade and speed it up without having to pay a whole bunch of stars to do it. And a random power-up at mission start, so it'll either give you a shield, a laser, or a mega bomb before the mission starts. So there you go. Those are all the cards. Let's back out of this, and there you go. I'm not exactly sure what the colors indicate on this thing, but anyway. So yeah, I wanted to share these with you guys and let you know what they think. Let me know what your guys' favorite one is in the comments section below. And yeah, anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you guys got any questions about them, leave them in the comment section below. Mwahaha, out.